Hello, fellow diecasters. Welcome to another insane episode here on Diecast Insanity. Oh, shit, you know what? I forgot to upload the 3 for Thursday on Thursday. I just thought of that. I've been so busy with Frey stuff that I forgot about it. I'll definitely get that. I've got 2 more in the can tape, so there won't be one this week, though, because I won't be in town. I'll be out of town this week, so just give you guys a heads up. Definitely won't be one this week, but so I thought I'd do something kind of cool today. I thought about what to do for the channel today because I'm trying to get some new stuff. We're definitely going to be back to the customs here soon. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do and all that kind of stuff. But I thought we would take a look. I've got 9 cars here that I basically have the first edition of and have the very latest edition of. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to take a look at those. Maybe how the casting has changed through time, because some of these are really, some of them are fairly close, other ones are almost over a decade apart, so it's kind of neat to take a look. So let me get set up and we'll see what we got. Alright, so let's start with, because we've got like 5 different sets of Fords here. So let's take a look at the Fords first, and then we'll take a look at some of the other ones, and we'll go from there. So really, really cool. So let's take a look at the first one, which is the oldest one in the group. So the very first one we're going to take a look at is the very first edition of the Ford GT40. This is from 1999, first edition mainline. So this is the very first edition. I would love to see Hot Wheels do a premium of this car. I think they really seriously do need to do a premium of this car. It would be really, really cool. So that's the very first edition. This really, really neat blue with the 5 spokes, 59, the white stripes. There was no other version that year. It only came out in one color. And it was this beautiful blue with the traditional stripes and the traditional Ford on the bottom. So really, really sweet. And then, of course, the latest edition is from this year's B case? B case or C case, I can't remember. It might have even been the A case, I can't remember. Is this beautiful Golf version from this year. Also with 5 spokes, gold 5 spokes with the Golf colors. Now there more than likely will be a recolor of this probably later this year in white with the reverse paint scheme like they always do on the Golf cars. Not much difference between castings on these. It's the same casting. Of course, as you guys know, there is a Super treasure hunt version of this car as well. So there's also that out there, which I haven't found any Supers in a really long time. Kind of sucks, but very cool. So love the GT40, one of my favorite race cars of all time. Also probably one of my most favorite cars and one of my most favorite Mustangs is the 69 and 70. So this is the first version. I've done a bi-weekly feature car on this. This is from 2012 from the Hot Wheels Racing Muscle series. This is the 1969 Mustang, done in Trans Am colors with George Fulmer on the roof. It was done the next year for Vintage Racing, which I also have, in yellow. And there's also a number 15 version of that car, which is one I need. I still need to get that car. That one doesn't turn up on eBay much. I got this one brand new in the store. Didn't have to buy this off of eBay. And the last time I looked, when I did that bi-weekly feature car, there was none of these listed on eBay. So this might be kind of a hard car to come by. Now, they do list on Wiki, they do list a camouflaged version, which is probably a Walmart version. But probably the most latest version that you can get widely is the Fast and the Furious premium version from last year. And that's this one right here, the white one from Fast 7, no, 6. Could have been, must have been 6? Yeah, Fast 6. Love this car. I love that I have the version of this in a premium in a more stock paint job outside of a race car. Very, very cool. Love the white with the black racing stripes. Looks very nice. I still think they should have probably went with the Watanabe tires on it, but they went with the 4-spoke or the 5-spoke wheel riders on this one. But still, very, very nice car. Very highly detailed, as you can see, compared to this one, this premium. You know, this one's, I mean, the taillights aren't even done, where the taillights on this one are done. So, highly nice to have a highly detailed version of the 69 Mustang. So probably another one of my really favorite Fords or Torinos. And I love this 60, what is this, the 69 Torino. This is the very first edition, first color from the main line from 2008. This beautiful blue with the black hood. Very stock looking paint job. Very, very nice car. Love this year Torino. Very nice. And then, of course, the latest version that just came out this year in the latest 5-pack set, or not 5-pack, but the latest Walmart set, and this beautiful two-tone gold and brown. Very nice. Very cool combination. I think this is probably almost as good as this blue version. Very, very cool. Very sweet car. As you can see, the hood pins on this are done where it just says Ford on the hood of the other one. But nice. I love the fastback Torinos. They're really cool, really beautiful cars. And they made great looking race cars as well. It'd be cool to see a premium version of this car one of these days as well from maybe the Fast and the Furious set or something. So let's take a look at the next one. The next one is actually a 72 Ford Gran Torino. The first edition, which came out in 2011. This is the second color. The first color was orange, I think. This one's red, as you can see. Really, really nice car. This, yeah, like I said, 2011 mainline. This is the second color, 5 spokes. I think there was 3 colors released that year, if I remember right. Very, very nice. And then, of course, this is the latest version that I have. Now, there is one other one from the latest muscle set from Walmart, but I have not seen that car yet. So this would be the latest one that I've actually seen from the Fast and the Furious 5-pack from 2019. And there is a premium version, if you guys know, coming of this car in the next Fast and the Furious premium set. That also has the Ford F-150 Lightning in it. So there will be a premium of this car coming. Rear Rider metal base car. So that's going to be sweet. And it's going to be this particular car right here in the green. From, I believe this is from Too Fast, Too Furious. So it's going to be nice to have a premium version of that car. So very, very nice. So love the 72 Torino, another one of my favorite Torinos. It's still a Torino. Whether they call it a Gran Torino or a Torino, it's still a Torino. It's very, very cool. And then the last Ford we have is from 2015, the very first edition of the Ford Escort RS 1600 from Fast and the Furious. This is the very first version of the car. I have 3 different versions of this particular car. I have this one. I have the 5-pack version, and then I also have the premium version. But this is the very first edition from 2015. There was only one color that year. It was just this blue because it was only released in the Fast and the Furious set. Very, very cool. And then the latest version, of course, is the premium version from Door Slammers. Now, there is a mainline version, but that came out before the Car Culture set. So technically, this is the last version to come out. I have, like I said, I have 3 different versions of the blue one. I have the red Castrol one. I have the Hot Wheels Racing one. And then I have the Door Slammers version. So I have 2 premiums and about 5 mainline versions of this car. I love the RS 1600. It's a really, very cool Escort. This one, I toyed with off and on of buying this one, and finally I had to get it because it's got the whole kind of if you guys are into racing and very prominent paint schemes and sponsors, this is just yells John Player Special, the black with the gold. So very, very nice. Love that little thing. Pretty car. So let's go with the last American ones we have in it. And this one is probably the closest to newest that I have. This is the 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner. This is the very first edition from 2006, very first color, mainline. This one actually has the faster than evers. There's 3 different greens in this car. I think it was released 4 times. There's a green one, an orange one, and a yellow one. And they all came with 5 spokes, faster than evers, and one other wheel combo. I can't remember what it is. But this is the first color. It first came out in green. Well, the 5-spoke was released about the same time that the Faster Than Evers was released. And I picked up the Faster Than Ever version in this beautiful green. I can't remember what Plymouth and Dodge called the green color. They had a kind of a cool name for it, but very nice car. Very sweet with the flat black roof, which would have been more than likely representing a vinyl roof in this car. But very, very cool. And if you guys know, the latest version of the Superbird comes from the Car Culture Team Transporter series, the number 76 Unical car. Very cool, from the Team Transporter series. This is the latest version. There's a ton of these cars out there, different versions, and if you wanted to collect this particular casting, there's a ton of them. A lot. But this is the latest, so this is the first and the latest edition, so very nice. I love this thing. It's beautiful. I love the blue and the orange. Takes you back to the old days of NASCAR, the good old days of NASCAR, as it were. So very, very nice. So next up, we'll go British. Both of these are in the package, so it'd be kind of hard to see. But this one is from 2015. This is the very first edition and the very first color of the Lotus Esprit S1 from The Spy Who Loved Me, Bond, James Bond. We also have the second color of this car, which was red. Elijah has that one, and it also says first edition on it. So this is the first color, second color being red, and I think that was the only 2 colors offered that year in this car. Now, it also came out in its premium form that same year in 2015 in the Retro Entertainment series. So it also came out that year, but it also came out again this year in what they're calling now the Entertainment series. They just took Retro off of it in the premium version once again. So it's really cool to have these two together, both being the Bond edition, both being white. It's kind of cool to have both of these versions of this car. So very, very nice. This one, there's no difference in the Retro Entertainments. I think this car's been released at least 3 times from Retro Entertainment to the Entertainment cars. So there's like 3 different versions of this car in premium, and I think they're all the same. I don't think there's any... I even think the wheel choice is all the same as well. I'd have to research that, but I don't think they've changed it at all in the premium version. So, really, really cool. So now, let's go to Japan. We'll start out with Nissan and go with the Hakosuka Skyline. This is the 2011 first edition mainline of the Hakosuka Skyline. I now have 5 different versions of this car, from the first edition to the Team Transporter version to the, I think, like the 3rd released version of this car. And then I have the black one from the Walmart Fast and the Furious series, which I did a wheel swap on. And then there is the latest edition from the Fast and the Furious premium set, Fast Forward, which is this one right here. So I have 2 premium versions and then 3 mainline versions. There is another one listed in Wiki that looks like another Walmart Camouflage series, which I have not seen yet, so I don't think they've hit stores. So this should technically be the last version that's been available to obtain. But this is really, really nice. I love the retro version of this particular car. It looks really cool. Of course, the Skyline that Brian drove in Too Fast, Too Furious? Yeah, the second version. The second movie. So really, really nice car. Very sweet. So now, let's go to another Japanese car. Let's go to Toyota. And the very first edition of the Toyota Supra. From 2013, this is a mainline. Fast and the Furious. This is the first color. It was also released later that year with these vents tempoed on the hood and a gold, silver painted wing on the car. But this is the very first release of this car it didn't have that on the hood. So very, very nice. Of course, they lost the licensing for Toyota for a year between 2016 and 18? No, 2007, yeah, 2016, 2017, 2019. But they do have it back. And then, of course, the latest version is from the car culture set from Cruise Boulevard in this beautiful, beautiful red. Very, very cool. I also have the next version after this, which was the last time it was released before they lost the license, which is the all-white version from the Fast and the Furious Walmart set. And then you've got this one from 2019 from Car Culture. So it's kind of cool to have basically a street clean version. Very nice. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed that little look at some cars that I have, the first version. I just kind of did a kind of a quick glance. I may have more, but a lot of them are kind of close together in years. So I wanted kind of ones that had a little distance from one another to kind of show you some of the stuff that has changed or looked different or whatever. So very, very cool. So just some news. Of course, there won't be a 3 for Thursday this week or a video this coming weekend because I will not be in town. We'll be down in California racing slot cars at the Fray, so we won't be here. So it'll be about a week and a half before you guys see another video. So I'm trying to get the channel going again. Like I said before, you kind of see some sporadic videos here on the Diecast channel. Just trying to, get back into it. Maybe trying to get Elijah back into it a little more and do some other cool stuff. I didn't get a haul this week because, like I said, we're going out of town, so I'm kind of saving my money. I did have $10, and I kind of looked around today. We went to Fred Meyer's, and I looked there. They didn't really have anything. They're still sitting on open track cars, which is kind of funny. And then I went to Walgreens, and they did have 2 of the Japanese historic 3s. They had the Cosmo, which I am not really into. And then they had the other Sylvia, the older Sylvia in the kind of tannish color, I think it is. I didn't pick that one up either. I have the Fast and the Furious Rewind version and just didn't, the only one out of that set that I would really, really want would be the Nissan truck. But, of course, everybody's buying that one, so it's kind of hard to find that one. So it's kind of sporadic right now with cars and everything and finding stuff, but I'll keep you guys going. I'll keep this channel running, and we'll just keep uploading videos here and there, and we'll definitely get back to the customs here as soon as I figure out what I want to do. I have a couple ideas. I just don't know if I want to show them on camera. There's a modified that I really, really want to do with a surf crate, but I still got to kind of wrangle parts for that. And then there's a couple other things that we can do. We'll just kind of look around. Maybe we'll just do a random custom where we paint it and do a wheel swap or whatever and not really have to do any cutting or anything like that. There is a Porsche I want to do that I just got to get the decal set for. That I'd like to just want to do a wheel swap on and put decals on it and clear coat it to add to the race car collection. But we might do that, or we might do something else. I got a couple of things in mind, so we'll just keep you posted. Just keep coming back to the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy all the content here. And remember, leave some on the pegs for your other collectors in your area because they'd like to find these cars too, and just have fun with the hobby because that's what it's all about, is the hunt and finding these beautiful cars, and especially when you find the one that you really want and you didn't think you were going to be able to find. So have a great week. I'm out, and I'll catch you guys after we get back from California. Catch you guys later. Bye.